Hello and welcome to one and all. In today's class, we will check out the next short answer question, types of utility. SAQ 5, what is utility and what are its types? Okay. So now what is the meaning of utility? Utility is the want satisfying power of a good or service is known as utility. So any commodity, if it is capable of satisfying the want of a human being, then that is called as utility. So for example, for a teacher, the board to write in the blackboard, if the teacher has to explain, I'm talking about the offline classes. So if a teacher has to explain in the class offline mode, then the teacher requires a blackboard or a board, green board or whatever. The teacher requires a chalk piece, the teacher requires the duster, isn't it? So at that particular point of time, the chalk piece was having the satisfying power to the teacher, isn't it? So you like a chocolate, you don't like every chocolates, some chocolates you like, some sweets you like, isn't it? So for example, if you like a particular chocolate, so that particular chocolate is having the capacity to satisfy your want. You have to write in a notebook. So when you have to write in a notebook, then you need a pen, isn't it? So then that pen is having the capacity to satisfy your particular want. So that satisfying power of a commodity or service. For example, you have to learn anything. So if you have to learn anything, you need a tutor. So the tutor is having the capacity to satisfy your want of learning something. Then you are sick. So if you are sick, where would you go? You have to go to the hospital, you have to consult a doctor. So then that at that particular time, that doctor is having the capacity to satisfy your want, in the sense then to cure yourself, isn't it? So that satisfying power is called as utility in economics. So that is the introduction. The want satisfying power of a good or service is known as utility. So there are 4 types of utility. So the first one is the form utility. So the form utility is some of the commodities, they acquire more utility when their shape is changed, when their form is changed, they acquire more utility. Okay. So for example, if it is a log of wood, it is not giving that much utility to us. Only when it is converted into chair or bench, it is giving more utility to the people. So for example, thread is not useful to us. If the same thread is converted into yarn, if the thread it is converted into fabric, even fabric is also not that much useful to us. If the same fabric is in a stitched form, in the form of a shirt, a t-shirt or shirt or dress or whatever, if it is converted in a stitched form, then it is giving us more amount of utility. So that is what is known as the form utility. So if a commodity satisfies a consumer by changing its form, then it is known as form utility. For example, a log of wood yields more utility when it is converted into a bench or chair. Okay, the next one is the place utility. So the place utility, sometimes if the commodity is in particular place, it gets more utility than it is in the some other place. Okay. So for example, most of the goods are produced in the factories. So as long as they are in the factories, they don't have that much amount of utility compared to when they are shifted to the market. All the agricultural produce, the farmer is not having that much utility to the produce unless he transports the crops, he transports the commodity to the markets. So or if the particular commodity is in the place of shortage compared to the place of abundance, then that particular commodity is getting more utility. Okay. So if the commodity is transported from one place to another place, the same commodity is getting more utility, it's becoming more useful. That is what is known as place utility. So if a commodity satisfies a consumer, if its place is changed, then it is known as place utility. So goods get place utility when they are transported from factories or fields to markets. For example, vegetables from the farm to the markets. Okay. Then third one is the time utility. So because of the change in time, some of the commodities get more utility. We all know that we need certain things in summer, we need certain things in winter. We need woolen clothes in winter, but the same woolen clothes is not useful to us in summer. Okay. We need hot beverages in winter, The same hot beverages are not giving that much satisfaction. It is not having that much capacity to satisfy our want in summer, isn't it? So according to the change of season, the same commodity gives more utility. And at the same time, sometimes the traders, what do they do? After the harvest is over, the commodity is available in bulk, so it is not giving that much utility. So what they do normally, they hoard the commodity, all the food grains and all. The traders, they hoard the commodity as soon as the harvest is over, because at that time the supply is more. Then at the time of shortage, whenever, because the agricultural commodities cannot be produced throughout the year, isn't it? They require certain season. So once there is a shortage, then at that time they release the commodity. So that time, at the time of shortage, the same commodity is getting more utility. So that is time utility. So the third one, goods acquire time utility when they are sold at the appropriate time. For example, coffee and tea in winter and cool drinks in summer, and food grains sold during shortage. Okay. Then finally, service utility. The services of the doctors, lawyers, teachers, chartered accountants, wholesalers, retailers, they all also have the ability to satisfy a human want. So they all come under the category of service utility. So service utility is created through specialized knowledge and skills, such as services of doctors, teachers, lawyers, etc. Okay, these are all the various types of utilities. Okay, and this you can get any of this given for 2 marks. Okay, so I hope you have understood the answer, and if you find this video useful, please like, share, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any doubts, please mention them in the comment box. Okay, so until my next class, take care, bye bye.